for a minute. I don't know. I think it. Sometimes I think the wire's too long. For the life of me, I do not know what the purpose of this stupid thing is. Take a picture of your horse. What, they think the horse is going to change magically and from day to day? Does he need stuff? No, he needs a resupply mission. Let me see. No, yeah, he's right at 25. Okay. We'll leave him there then. Let me see. Let me check something before I You know, it's so stupid. You know, hair palming doesn't even work on girl characters. But yet, I'm able to pick it up, and yet I can't use it any faster, and I can't discard this stupid shit. It doesn't make any sense.
Ah, bonjour. You've been away on some travels, yes?
He's not even done with that mess. You know, some of these challenges are stupid. Beyond the usual stupid. How come that feels like that? Well, wouldn't.
Well, hey there. It's nice to see you again. So, what do you need, man? Hope this is a nice break from the bustle out there. A few of these will make any day a good day.
Got sick drinking that shine Earl brought up.
could use one of these myself.
That snake what we fed must have been poisoned. Doctor had to take the whole arm.
Is that so? Whiskey.
Yep.
Okay, more whiskey.
What's the meaning of this? Oh, hell! Untie me already!
It's like right there.
No lo puedo creer.
¡Órale!
Shooting at other players is considered griefing and is against the fucking rules. So knock it the fuck off. This is your only warning.
Hello, miss.
And no, I'm not listening to you. As a matter of fact, when I'm done right now, I'm in the menu blocking your stupid ass. And Rockstar doesn't do nothing about it, only because they don't see it as an issue. And the only reason why it's still an issue is because nobody has spoken up about it. But that's all going to change one of these days. Because one of these days, it may not be today and it may not be this week, but it'll happen eventually. One day, something's just going to snap, and I'm going to call up fucking Rockstar, and I'm going to tell them if they don't take that ability out of this damn game, then I'm going to fucking launch a fucking multi-million-dollar lawsuit against their fucking faggot asses. And you watch how fast they change. You watch how fast they freaking fix it then. Because griefing is still against the rules, and it is against flipping the law to singing, because it could be considered harassment, whether it's in-game or not. It's harassment. Harassment is against the law. Messing with another player is considered harassment, period. It doesn't matter whether it's on the phone, on the internet, or whatever. It's harassment. Plain and simple. And if Rockstar doesn't want to, fix the issue, then I guess a lawsuit is the next best option. And I'm not one of those people that's going to wait around forever for Rockstar to pull their heads out of their asses. They're going to get a phone call, or at least an email at the very minimum. Well, she's not here again today. It's like they don't move her here anymore. She usually parks by this tree somewhere. In this area right here. Because she's always in the tall trees area. When she's out here. Well, she's either on that side of the tree or she's on this side of the tree. She might be on this side of the tree. I mean, personally, if I was going to sit here in the middle of effing nowhere, this is where I would sit. And it seems like they stifled her a lot. She doesn't even go anywhere anymore. Well, I did 2 challenges. I was going to do more, but I'm tired. Wasn't in a good mood, and then that idiot shot at me, so thinking about calling it a day. And if somebody who watches these videos who does griefing is against the rules. I think I showed this in an earlier video. See, when you find a player on the players list, like so, find the asshole that griefed me. Whether it's 1 shot, 2 shots, whatever, it doesn't matter. It looks like either they left or I don't see him in the players list anymore. But I guess we'll try the one underneath me right here. This XXTIGERWILLOWXX. Let's say that this individual was griefing me. Then you select their name and it brings you up on this menu. You can view their ability loadouts, view whatever posses they're in. If you want to join them, invite them to your session, send them a friend request, or down here, SEN is actually their PlayStation Network account. I think this is a generic one because this game is on isn't just here on PlayStation. It's also on Xbox and computer. Although according to what I heard, the griefing on that is even worse than here. So anyway, you go to right here where it says report. Now, of course, if the person is cheating, that's against the rules. Abusive chat, that means if they're swearing at you. Or just generally being abusive. People can swear all the time. Or they have some sort of offensive content, like you don't like their name. But the name has to really be bad. I mean, Rockstar isn't gonna change, over something stupid, unless it's really bad, and it's usually either their name or their posse name that's offensive, or something else. I'm not sure what all it does. So you go in here to this behavior, and if you look at the very bottom, it says including griefing is at the very bottom. So if they're doing anything includes the action that prevents others from playing the game in a normal manner, including griefing. So if somebody is preventing you from playing the game in a normal manner, then this is this behavior. And griefing keeps somebody from playing the game in a normal manner. I didn't click yes, so the person was not reported. Abusive chat. Let's see. Abusive chat includes offensive spoken or written language, includes hate speech, threats, cruel, insolence, harmful language. Please also remember you can block abusive players by using on your PlayStation system. So you could block them, but you could report them, but blocking them is so much easier. So if you're doing something you don't want to do, but the thing about blocking is that they are blocked. Okay? So let's see what cheating is. You think somebody is cheating? I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to write what they're doing exactly. If if their abilities seem outside the box, then you put that in the red box area, and then you submit report. So if you think that they have some sort of a cheating device, or they're just cheating in any way, then you put their name there. And then exclusive content is this: if their posse name or their horse's name is offensive. But it should be it should be player name too. Some players' names is offensive. But, you know, horse names can be offensive too. Offensive content including posse horse names which contain certain or hate speech. Same thing. So, if you can hear me, XXT Tigger Willow XX, I was only using you as an example. You're not blocked or reported or anything like that. But if you do start griefing, you will be. And yes, I do report griefers. And one of these days, the reports are gonna not be enough, and then Rockstar is gonna get an email. And if Rockstar doesn't fix it, then there's gonna be a lawsuit. And I guarantee you, after there's a lawsuit, they will fix it after that. Nobody's filed a lawsuit, which is why it's still going on. They're not gonna fix it unless they're made to. I mean, it violates their own rules, and it violates the terms of service if you look at your PlayStation agreement. So griefing could get you kicked off the PlayStation network. And for all those assholes who think, oh, that's no big deal, I'll just create me another account. Well, you know, if somebody at PlayStation actually pulled their heads out of their ass, and I emphasize that word ass, because, you know, they don't understand what computers can do and what computers thingy. But if they wanted to bad enough, they could block your account. Not only delete your account, but they could block your PlayStation from connecting to the PlayStation Network ever again. And the only way to remedy that would be to buy a new PlayStation. The only way. Because a lot of people may or may not understand this concept. I have done it myself. And a lot of other things can do it too. One of the reasons why you're able to connect to the internet in the first place is because every device, and I emphasize this word, has what they call electronic serial number. It's different from your regular serial number. It's electronic serial number. Cell phones, anything that connects to the internet, computers, all has one. Now, with that serial number, that's how your routers and everything assigns you an IP address, and a dynamic IP address that you get from your router or internet provider. But it's that serial number that can be blocked. And if that serial number is blocked, whatever device has the serial number that is blocked, it is useless. Like I said, I have done this. I have used it. I have a router and a separate freaking I actually have two separate routers. I have the router that came from my XP, from my internet service provider, and another router that I bought from the DI. That's Desert Industries. They sell secondhand merchandise, which means it belonged to somebody, and then they didn't want it anymore, so they took it there. They turned around. Maybe they cleaned it up, dusted off a little bit, and then resell it. Most of the time, it's as is. A lot of people have Goodwills. The same thing. Any store that sells secondhand merchandise falls under this category. I didn't want people to think that, you know, had all this money to buy a brand new router, and yet I didn't buy a good router, or I didn't buy a capture card, or whatever else I decided to buy, or what have you. But no, the router probably costed maybe $5 at the max. And I did buy it like about 5-10 years ago. So I've had it for a while. Because I bought it before the pandemic. And overall, it's a discontinued router. But overall, it's not a bad router. With this one router, I can... My phone can access it and pretty much do exactly what I just was talking about. I can find an individual who's on my internet that I don't want on my internet. And using the electronic serial number, my router will block that individual. Which means knowing my passwords won't matter, because they'll be blocked from the router itself. Some high-tech or computer geek would probably know what I'm talking, which numbers I'm talking about. Your standard person may not even think it's possible, but it is. I've done it. It's been done. If you want, you can come out here and I'll show you how it's done. So griefers beware. And even if they do buy a new PlayStation, they still have to come up with a new PlayStation account, because their old account will be useless. And they'll have to re-download the game, have to re-buy it again, even though they reduced the cost of it. So you don't have to buy both now. You don't have to buy the story and the online. You only have to buy the online, and it's usually $5 or $10. I wish they would have kept it together, because that would have been better. But I don't try to I don't flip and go around shooting other players. And when I play PvP matches, hey, that's PvP matches. That stays in the PvP match, and that doesn't leave. Those people are not harassing, they are doing the game. Me and my grandson was playing a PvP match yesterday. A couple of them. And when I left the game, I left the game. Although I think that one asshole was shooting way too many times. And if you have fun shooting other people in the games, then maybe you need to go see a shrink. Yes, I'm old enough to have kids, and my kids are old enough to have kids. All of my kids have kids. And all I will say is I'm older than 45 years old, but not quite 60 yet. So I'm not 65 yet. So I'm not higher than 65 and I'm not lower than 45. And that's as close to my age as I'm going to tell anybody. Personally, I don't think it's anybody's business, but, you know, people are curious. That's what I'll say. And I have been playing video games for a long time. My first video game that I ever played was a handheld before they started making consoles like the Atari 2600, which is like one of the first systems out. That was, there was a couple others. I think there's a few others, but that was my first system, was Atari 26. I had a couple of handhelds before that. Super Simon, regular Simon, some of those video games. They're not really considered video games, but games. Electronic games. Let's see, what do I gotta do before I leave? Oh yeah, I should probably clean my guns. I just leveled up yesterday, huh? And I can't stress this enough, make sure you keep your guns clean. And when I want to have fun and shoot things, I'll go shoot MPs. I won't go shoot another player. It's disrespectful and everything else. I don't know how long I've exactly been going, but I'm done for the day. So, hope you guys found this informative and informational, because that's what it was mostly. That's what it was, and I hope you learned something. Griefing is only fun to the griefer, and it's not fun to the griefee. And it's gonna it gets old real fast. And someday, it may not be today, and it may not be tomorrow. It may not be for a week. It may not be for a month. It's hard to say. It may not be until next year. But it will come. The griefing will be yanked from this video game, and then it'll be all the griefers' faults for doing it. And the only way you'll be able to shoot another player is in PvP matches. If I had my way, it'd be like that right now. And when you put yourself in this, I keep forgetting how you say it. In this, wow, I wasn't even in it. No wonder why. Well, defensive. All it does is keep other players from locking on to you. And the game is, if you were in it, the game should automatically put you back in it, but it never does. So, at least make sure that you're in that. I forgot that I did that mission yesterday. That trader mission. And I probably was removed because I did the long distance delivery. So if you can catch that in yesterday's video. A 7-day streak, which means tonight it'll go to 8 days, which will go to the 8 to 14. But I still didn't get to double the thingy, so it has to be the day after. Okay, well, whatever. So long for now. And I don't know what. And if you're a griefer, stop griefing. let other people enjoy the video game before they might even remove the ability for other players to steal other people's other stuff too, which is what they should have done to begin with. But so long for now, and I think there will be another stream tomorrow. So see you then, and if not, see you next week.